Yeah. Three bearded brothers, they take the mic. Baker by name, they bring the hype. Dropping hot takes in the podcast zone. Sports debates from the comfort of home. Bakers in the booth, they speak their mind. Breaking it down, play by play, rewind. Stats and passion, you can feel the flame. From the field to the court, it's all fair game. One's got stats like a numbers machine. One spins story sharp, crisp and clean. The other cracks jokes, but his points still land. Together they're the trio with the hottest brand. Bakers in the booth, they speak their mind. Breaking it down, play by play, rewind. Stats and passion, you can feel the flame. From the field to the court, it's all fair game.
Welcome back to another episode of Bearded Baker Banter, the sports podcast. We got two of us tonight. Little bro had little things to do, so we got the old heads tonight. Welcome, Trent.
Hi, Tyler. Lovely shirt you got on there. It's cute. It's a cute blue. This is the royal one, but hey, I just want to say happy feast week.
Happy feast week, yes.
Because we are approaching those days. Matter of fact, today it did start technically. With I believe it's called the Baha Mar Hoops, as well as the Hall of Fame Classic. Got some good basketball getting played on Thursday, and then guys, it goes all the way up through Thanksgiving Day. So I'm pumped.
I was actually kind of hoping that you would have said that Baja one in like a Steve Hawaiian accent or something.
Bah. I don't even think I can do that without sounding offensive. But
just say aloha beforehand.
Aloha Baja? Like what? No. That's not the Maui. The Maui is starts November 24th, I believe. Not as exciting of a field, in my opinion. Not a whole lot of top ranked teams in that. A lot of people are actually, I know we're not doing too much college basketball, but it is feast week. But not a whole lot of top teams in that tournament this year, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Looking at the field, I mean, you got Texas, USC, Arizona State, NC State are kind of the big ones there. But
I think we can kind of transition real quick into some college basketball here. I know we were going to save it for the end, but I mean, just kind of talk about some of the games this week, because I know you mentioned that tournament may not be exciting. There was some exciting games in these little tournaments in Madison Square Garden and up in Chicago too. This past week, some big matchups. Thought Michigan State spanking Kentucky around. Kentucky's second straight loss, now sitting at 3-2.
Yeah,
Sparty looked good. Duke, I thought the other night against Kansas, they let Kansas hang around until that. I think it was like 4.5 minutes left, and I think they went on like a 17-4 run and did not really look back after that. and Duke was like, yeah, we're here to play now. So
it was a weird game because it was just kind of like Duke was very consistent. Like Kansas made their runs, made it a little interesting, but they kept enough space. Now Kansas missed one of their best players. I get it. But then again, they had two guys just absolutely go off on career nights. So
yeah, I don't care who's missing. You got to play with what you got to play with. And that's not Duke's loss.
It's
still a win against Kansas.
I am going to say Kentucky looks rough. They don't look like the thing is my outlook on Kentucky has completely changed once Calipari left. Like I like Mark Pope.
I do too. Can I tell you a conversation I had the other night real quick though with somebody about the outlook of Kentucky? Because maybe you can kind of
highest paid NIL team.
Okay, so let me kind of run with that, because the conversation I had the other night was that you have somebody like Mark Pope, all right, who comes from a BYU, which isn't your glitz and glam basketball school, right? Now they've been good the last couple of years. This year they're ranked high and stuff, but in terms of like NIL money and like the business part of college basketball now, it almost gets you to the point where Mark Pope is a guy that is, X's and O's. Let's get guys going. Let's, and now you literally have like big time stars that are making more money than you are as a coach. And I'm not saying he's a bad coach by any means. I'm just saying that there's probably a little bit of a learning curve there in terms of what style of players am I coaching? Am I coaching your X's and O's guys that are, not making millions and millions and millions of dollars? Or am I coaching the big stars now at a blue blood school like Kentucky? And again, he played at Kentucky, right? So it's not like he doesn't understand it, but coaching and playing is completely different when you really look at the sport of things. And again, it was just a conversation I was having I thought was interesting.
Well, my first question is, how do you measure glitz and glam? Yeah, glitz and glam. You come at me for all these old phases, and I have never in my life heard they have a bunch of glitz and glam, and it's like what?
Yeah, that's bad.
I do think it's interesting though how BYU, as soon as Mark Pope left, just all of a sudden they got a shit ton of NIL, and they're just buying players left and right. They just got a commitment out of a former G leaguers going to be coming to them next year, and they got Diasante. So the money is weird. I don't feel bad for any of the teams that are struggling to do it. I think I get what you're saying, Ty, but I also think that there is a method to doing it the right way.
Absolutely, I agree.
I think, and I do. I think Bill Self does it well. Like he manages it well. I think I'm going to give John Shire credit for it because Duke's going to have some money. I think Carolina. I know you guys as Carolina fan base aren't really certain with Hubert, but I think they're going to be all right. I think everybody needs to have a GM. I think you have to have a clear GM position now in college sports, and if you don't, you're in some trouble. So
I think you could also put Michigan State up there too with Tom Izzo.
Yeah, I would.
Because even while some of these guys are old school coaches, like your Bill Selfs and stuff, but like they've kind of rolled with the punches. I mean, they've been in the game for how long now, and it's like they're still going strong. And of all people, I feel like Bill Self probably, I don't know, he seems like a guy that could change or would change, you know what I mean? But I feel like Tom Izzo is kind of listen, this is how shit's going to be. And I think his guys always respond to it.
He's got a niche of personnel that he's going to get.
Yeah, like
they've got to be willing to
hard-nosed, just beat your ass kind of guys.
But you got to be willing to take a chewing. Like from him, and that's where they criticize his method, but it still works. I don't think they are as much of a threat to a national championship, and I don't think they have been for quite some time. But they're steady. They will win a big game here and there. They're going to be there in March. They might make a little run.
Probably just 16.
But how often are they in a Final Four anymore nowadays? So modern day wise,
yeah. I don't know. But anything else college basketball? Because like I said, there was a couple good games. I know down when UConn as well. We didn't really touch on that, but
yeah,
Purdue was in a big one last night. But
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think right now the takeaway is Arizona has a very impressive resume.
Yeah,
with some wins over Florida,
mm-hmm.
wins over UConn. They have one other really big win. I can't think of what it was too, but I mean, hats off to them, Arizona. But once again, I mean, are they really going to win the national championship? Because remember, nobody's won it past like the center line of the United States in how long? So, and then I think I'm, as a Duke fan, I'm anxious for their next stretch of games after this weekend because you got Arkansas on Thanksgiving Day, and then you follow that up with Florida.
Yep.
After that, so a lot of ACC SEC crossover there for Duke. So I'm excited for it.
It's good. It's good for both of them too. So,
Yeah.
all right, let's get into America's sport, the NFL. Oop, hey, what are you still doing up there? There we go. Oh, wait, there we go. All right. So, a couple matchups here. I'll be honest with you, when I was putting together kind of like the slate, not even just NFL, because obviously we pick all the NFL games, but the college football slate and the NFL slate, there's some just bad games, like just games this week across the board in football world where I'm just like, oh gosh. And maybe it's because they're getting out of the way because Thanksgiving's next week and everybody's going to be watching and all that stuff, but I don't know. Yeesh. There's some rough ones here.
Usually you hit this one late week when all the SEC teams play these like scrubs.
Right.
So you don't get as many big matchups.
Yeah.
It's almost
You all
like
right real quick. You all right if we do this like
yeah.
this? Makes
It's almost like yeah. It's almost like they work in their additional bye week, which I think they lose coming up. So
yeah.
Yeah. Ugly first matchup. That spread is ugh.
Yeah. Yeah. Looking at that 10.5 Giants, Lions. I mean, what are we doing here? Because I don't know. Is Jackson Dart playing anybody? Is there any word on that yet? I think right now, as according to the sports books, he is playing. So it sounds like he did pass concussion protocol. So Jackson Dart will be back. Lions looked like shit last week, if I'm being perfectly honest. But at the same time, I feel like this is bounce back. This is Lions in Detroit. Give me Lions 10.5 on this game.
I mean, picking between the spread, yeah, that's where I got to go as well. I got to go Lions. I would say the under though. I like the under 50.
Under 50. I agree with that.
I like that more than the spread itself. But
yeah,
going spread, I'm going Lions.
Okay. All right, next matchup we have is the Patriots Bengals. We have, I'm not sure why all these say live. That somehow changed at some point in time. So these all had the times at one point. Anyway,
they're playing right now. They're just, remember, what we see is a recording, so they can control the script.
Yeah, true. All right, next we have Patriots Bengals. Spread is, I just made this afternoon, meaning yesterday afternoon, but it's down to 5.5. But let's just go with the 6.5 at this point. I'm guessing that's a Joe Burrow effect, maybe.
Absolutely.
So right now in the sports book, there is no quarterback stat that you can bet on for the Bengals. So they're still up in the air. I would say that all signs are pointing to Joe Burrow playing. Be interesting to see what he does, especially without Jamar Chase being suspended for a game, which is bullshit. It's not bullshit. It's bullshit for our fantasy team. But like, what are you doing? Grow up, you know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Patriots. Just a Drake May believer. I don't know. This could be one of those. It's a parody league games, right, Trey? Oh wait.
I'm actually the opposite here. I'm going to trust the momentum Joe Burrow is going to bring with his return. I still think they're going to be able to throw the ball, whether it's Flacco or Burrow, and I think they're going to be able to score points on both sides. Love the over, but I am going Bengals to cover 6.5.
Okay. There we go. We're on opposite sides. Here we go. Let's move it to the next one. Going to eat a lot of peaches. Jets, Ravens. I do have to say something real quick because when I was putting these together, looking at spreads and looking at teams and everything else, is, Chiefs right now they're still trying. Like, they're still trying to say that the Chiefs are a really good football team. I've been saying for weeks now that I think they're a good football team, but I think they're overrated. Well, here's my point.
Yeah.
My point is that the Ravens are kind of clawing their way back. And it's always, in my opinion, seems to be that they need an AFC team like the Ravens or the Chiefs to be successful. So I feel like you're going to start to see that sway in terms of favoritism, especially, with your commentators and everything else on ESPN, what have you. But either way, Jets suck. Ravens are doing well lately, so give me Ravens 13.5.
Yeah, I will not be betting this spread just because I hate it. But
It's
no,
huge.
yeah, no Justin Fields this week. They benched him. No Garrett Wilson for the Jets. So I mean, I think it's a reality. The Ravens are just a better team. They are on a little streak, but I still, when I watch the Ravens, I don't see dominance
No.
whatsoever. But it's kind of like we were talking. Maybe there's like a little pressure off of them because they started off so bad, but they're one game out of their division lead, and they still play the Steelers, I believe, twice. So everything's still in front of them. But I got Ravens covering here, 13.5.
You think it's just their defense is that bad?
Ravens or Jets?
Ravens. Well, I mean, they're both.
Well,
Yeah, but I'm talking about the Ravens.
think their defense is bad, but I really I don't care what we say. I don't think the Ravens ever have had, like, at least in my lifetime, have ever had a true dominant number one receiver.
Hmm.
Even think back to the Ravens, like of like our childhood.
Mm-hmm.
It was Shannon Sharp. It was Todd Heap. And now the all-time leading receiver, it's Mark Andrews. So it's always been a tight end for the Ravens. You don't have, you don't have a wide receiver now. Oh, Zay, it's like no, like I don't. Zay Flowers, not Zay Jones. So I'm just, to me, it's just, I think that's what they lack. Like you've got Derrick Henry, you've got Lamar Jackson. And to be quite honest with you, you have the Roquan Smith in the middle on defense, like, and you got Hamilton as one of the best safeties. So, like,
right.
I don't know. I don't really. They are really hard to get. People want to hate all they want, but I put Lamar and Josh Allen in the same kind of boat here. I think they're just good regular season quarterbacks that can't win big games.
Could see that. Definitely could see that. We'll see what happens, though.
If you're critical of Lamar, you need to be just as equally critical of Josh Allen, in my opinion, in that case.
Oh, yeah, I think, did we talk about that off air at one point or something?
We talked about it a little bit last week, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
I agree with that. I agree with that. That's right. All right, let's move on to another crapshoot here. See, like, that's what I'm talking about, like crap games, like the 213.5 spread games, like, is bananas.
Yeah.
All right. Seahawks, Titans. I think this is a pretty easy and quick one because yuck. This is one of those, though, I will say. That is a very weird, glaring total point.
Yeah. That is, because I would expect to be
is it
higher.
Not like what? Yeah. Why would you not take their over on this game? Like,
the only reason is I think the score might end up being 39.5-0. I'm just kidding. Seahawks defense is good. I know they got beat last week by the Rams, but I got Seahawks covering. Once again, maybe that total is just based on the fact that they don't think the Titans are going to score at all.
That's valid. Valid, but sick. All right. Yeah, I'm on Seattle too. Next, we got Colts Chiefs. Still giving a lot of benefit of the doubt here to the Chiefs, even with how dominant the Colts have been. I'll be interested to see how well they can try to stop Jonathan Taylor, who's been running like a madman all season long. Love the Colts 3.5 here. Makes me skeptical because I feel like I'd fallen for the trap. So therefore, I'm going to go Chiefs minus 3.5.
Yes, that's in my opinion, the smart move, because there's no way the Chiefs go under 500. Like, that'd be the first time.
They were. No, they were earlier. They were, I think, 4-5.
Yeah, I just think this late in the game, I just think the Chiefs get this win. They beat I believe the Colts would be like the 2 seed overall right now. And then they stay in the picture. They're not in, but they stay in the picture. And they just, Chiefs are not technically what their record is, in my opinion. Like, I still think they're going to, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't they still the favorite to like, or tied to be the favorite to win the Super Bowl?
Probably, and Mahomes is probably the MVP favorite still.
Yeah, I'd have to look to see what that is at now.
It's not. I'm kidding, but
I think
seriously,
it's Matt Stafford.
Stafford's up there. Drake May's up there. Jared Goff was up there, but after last week, I think he dropped off.
Yeah, it should drop off.
Yeah. All right, so we're both on the Chiefs here. Let's move to this game. Put this in perspective here. Bears, what, 7-3? 7-4? Something like that? I think you're 7-4.
Yeah, they're 7. They have less losses than the Lions.
7-3. They haven't had a bye week yet then. Yeah, 7-3. Okay. So they did have a bye week. But yeah, 7-3 Bears. You're playing against, I think, an Aaron Rodgers list. Just to make sure, because nope.
He was limited today in practice.
And I just went on Sportsbooks too. There's no quarterback listed for the Steelers. So I don't know how much that changes, whether or not, he plays or not. But either way, Bears 2.5 when you're 7-3 playing against a Steeler team that's been pretty abysmal most of the season. They've had their moments, but give me obviously give me the Steelers 2.5.
What?
I was just laughing because I just how I feel.
Yeah, Caleb Williams. You love him. You love him.
Well, and can I tell you the other thing that's starting to piss me off too is that the Bears are now raining on my Niners playoff parade. Like they're higher than us, and it's like, screw you. Like, I hate you already, and now you're gonna do that. So yeah. Give me Steelers 2.5.
In Chicago, Aaron Rodgers owns the Bears. I was going to propose a beer bet, but I'm not going to on this one. I'm going to go Bears 2.5, though.
Dude, I wouldn't take the beer bet because I hate the Steelers.
You wouldn't? Okay.
No. I'm sorry. I'm not going to beer bet on teams I don't like. Same thing like with the Seahawks. I wouldn't beer bet on the Seahawks. Like, I hate the Seahawks. So
yeah,
not going to sit here and do that. All right. Vikings pack. That JJ McCarthy meme going around about the receivers on stilts is pretty damn hilarious. It's pretty viral today. Their dad sent that to us, but I saw it a couple other times on social media. That's pretty damn funny because what's it tell you about JJ McCarthy? It's like I don't know. I'm a seller of JJ McCarthy. I've been a seller of JJ McCarthy. I think Vikings are better with Sam Darnold, obviously. Give me the Packers in this game, 6.5.
Yeah. Boy, Packers, man, they escaped in New York again. But at Lambeau, Jordan Love will throw an interception, but Packers will cover.
Maybe 2.
Yeah.
All right. Jacksonville -3. And then honestly, I know you and I talked too because of fantasy purposes, but Jaguars -3 against the Cardinals is interesting to me. I think that Jacksonville may be without most weapons, it seems, meaning Brian Thomas and possibly ETN. That's the rumor out there. So I don't know if that's why this is so close, but if you look at the gambling odds too, the Jaguars -3 is -102. So you have more of an advantage to take the Cardinals at +3. Geez, I hate everything about this line.
No Marvin Harrison Jr. again, too.
Correct. He is officially out?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
I'm assuming that for right now.
I'm gonna take my chances with Jacksonville -3.
Yeah, I think under 47.5.
I
But
agree with that.
I think Jacksonville wins like they typically do. In my opinion, there's a close game.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Whew.
It's actually up to 4.
Yeah, Browns Raiders. I have at 3.5 still on the book in DraftKings. 35.5 total points. I am all over the over on this. This has one of those games where it's like you think that both teams are just gonna be dog shit. Sorry, no offense, but I think this could be some weird shootout game. I could see the Raiders and the Browns just going off. And I've as much as I'm not a big fan of him, but I feel like Shador is going to have a pretty big game here. I'm going to say Shador probably has 3 touchdown passes. I thought he looked terrible the other day, but I just have that weird gut feeling that he's going to come out and play pretty well.
There is 0 chance the Raiders can score more than 10 points.
I don't know, man.
Browns defense is way too good.
Yeah, but you have like you have the best tight end, second best tight end in football.
And not technically, he's the best technically.
He's second best.
Dude, imagine if he was anywhere but the Raiders. Like, that's what sucks is we're gonna lose Crosby, and he's gone after this year. We're gonna lose Bowers in a couple of years. We're gonna lose Genty. We lose all these guys. The truth is, I hope we lose. I hope we lose our owner.
Wow,
that's what I hope. Because under him, we are almost. I think it's over 40 some games under 500 since he's been the owner, since Mark Davis has passed.
He was spitting game in his booth the other night.
Yeah,
some ladies, the drummer from Monday Night Football.
He needs to focus on his WNBA team and give up the Raiders. Let John Gruden own the team. Fucking
dude, that'd be awesome. That would be awesome.
Actually, I can't stand John Gruden's drafting decisions,
but it'd still be awesome.
Let Tom Brady. That's what I think.
Let's say let Tom Brady take it over, and he can be like a player coach. I'm sure he can actually play quarterbacks. I honestly feel like Tom Brady at the age that he is now would play better than Geno Smith has been playing.
Tyler, but dude, nobody's gonna be able to do anything back there. That line is so bad. Like you and I are disagreeing on this, but you saw how bad the Raiders are. Like Genty right now literally can't even get a handoff without a defender already in his face.
Yeah.
If they give a handoff. And once again, everyone's complaining about, they didn't even use them. You can't use them. They're that horrible. We have the highest paid offensive coordinator, and we have the 31st, probably 32nd after last week, ranked offense.
Here's a question for you. Your offensive coordinator is Chip Kelly, correct?
Yeah, highest paid.
So here's what I compared it to the other day when I was having a conversation about this. It was after the Monday night game. It reminds me of the time when San Fran hired Chip Kelly to be the head coach and came in for one season, was absolutely horrible. I think it was right after Ron Jeremy, Jim Tom Solo.
Yeah, we got far.
And yeah. And Chip Kelly came in there. We looked like shit. He was horrible. Niners were terrible. That's what it reminds me of. Maybe Chip Kelly isn't that good in the NFL, period.
Yeah. I don't understand why he would have left.
Yeah.
Ohio State. Like Ohio State has a chance to just continue to win national championships.
Yeah. I don't know. So that's my take on that, but we'll see. All right. Eagles, Cowboys. Barn burner here.
So we gotta consider that this is, so we're clarifying. This is, oh no, it's not. I'm getting way ahead of myself.
You think of
I thought
Thanksgiving?
this was a Thanksgiving Day game.
No.
Would have been a good one. I got
Would have been a good
Cowboys
one.
+3.
Phew.
They're,
Man,
I mean, once again, you played the Raiders,
yeah.
but the Cowboys reinforcements, they got some guys back that are healthy. They've got, I think, Quinn Williams he's gonna thrive
He
there.
he was a big pickup.
Dude, him and the guy that they got from the Packers, like those
Mhm.
two into like they're gonna be all right. And I believe you could totally disagree with me on this, but I think the Cowboys offense is head and shoulders better than the Eagles offense.
I agree with that. Um, yeah, I really don't know what to say about that because I agree with that, but I feel like there's just I don't know.
I mean, Cowboys
Maybe
defense is a vulnerability, but
maybe it's a mistake thing. I don't like who makes less mistakes, but like the last 2 weeks, the Eagles have been so like I would actually rather watch the paint on my walls dry than those last two Eagles games, and it's just been dull. I think dull is the word I've used to describe the Eagles' last two games.
yeah,
No excitement, no offense, no like it's just like oh god, like what are we doing? And then they just come out and are like, "Yeah, we won by like 6 because we kicked a lot of field goals and yippee." So
yeah,
I'm gonna take the Eagles on this one because of what I just said. Like they just somehow they're dull as shit, and they just end up winning a game. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Cowboys.
All right. Next we got the Kirk Cousins Falcons against the Saints. A little revival of his career. Feel a little bit bad for Penix because this is what knee injury number 3 or 4 for him.
Was it another ACL? I haven't really seen the official.
I didn't see what the official diagnosis was. I just know it was a knee injury, but
Yeah.
he's had surgery on both knees in college.
Oh
So
yeah, I remember.
for him to have this, it's like shit. Like, how much more can you take until you just realize that your knees really fucking suck? Period. So, that being said, I'm going to go with Kirk Cousins and the new look Falcons with Darnell Mooney, especially his dogs. Give me Falcons 2.5 here.
It's tough. It's tough because like one, the Saints are so horrible.
Yeah.
They are tough to play against at home. But you also got a Falcons team that does have Kirk Cousins at quarterback, and then they also don't have Drake London.
Yeah.
But I do believe the fact that Kirk Cousins is going into this now the rest of the way as the starter.
Yeah.
So like, and he's not looking over his shoulder because that'd be a third team quarterback.
Correct.
So it's like you are now going to earn that incredible paycheck that you get from the Falcons as a backup, and go out and do it. Go out and revive get another chance. You play good enough.
Yep.
And in this case, what do you got to lose? Because you guys are 3-7 as a team that is just
Are they
uber.
3? What? They're 3-7.
Yeah, uber talented in terms of skill players, and they just suck. Once again, that was the worst, in my opinion, one of the worst head coaching hires I've ever seen in my life.
So
Besides Pete Carroll.
Thank you for that transition to that statement there, Trent, because if the Falcons don't win this game, I think Morris's seat gets super hot.
He should be fired already.
I'm just saying. I think if they lose to the Saints with Kirk Cousins at quarterback, because I almost feel like there's some sort of weird vibe of like, hey, with Kirk Cousins, we should be winning. Like, which I don't know. I don't know if it makes any sense, but I think Raheem Morris's seat gets super hot if they lose this game to a point where he may have one more game and it might be bye-bye. All right. We got Sunday night game here. We got the Buccaneers and the Rams. Two very high-powered offenses. Baker Mayfield, stud quarterback. Matthew Stafford's playing like Matthew Stafford of the Lions days.
No,
Um,
he's better. He's better as a Ram than he is a Lion.
I think pretty sure he holds a lot of records
Lions.
as Lions quarterback.
Yeah, okay. Before him, who was a Lion? Who was a legendary Lions quarterback? That's actually a good question.
It was
Because they suck.
hold on, was it Gus Frerotte? It was
God, you might know this before me.
shit. Hold on. Oh
I mean,
man, there's one guy I can picture. It's the guy Chris Everett. Was it Chris Everett?
dude, I don't even
Was
know.
he the Lions?
Honestly, my Lions knowledge goes back to like Joey Harrington. Like he was the
Wow, yeah.
like that's how that's like the youngest I can go with a Lions quarterback. Like that's my first Lions quarterback I could think of. And I know it wasn't the only because there had to be someone. I mean, Dan Orlovsky was there. Dude, I'm totally off topic.
Chris Everett played with the Rams.
Okay. I just wonder how many times
Sorry.
Josh Allen got sacked on Thursday night's game because it's pretty bad.
Jim Everett. Sorry, that's right. Jim Everett. And then that's right. Jim Rome called him Chrissy Everett. That's why I called him Chris Everett.
Oh, is that the guy that tackled him?
Yeah, him and Jim Rome. I was like, hold on a second. Like I could picture the whole thing. Yeah.
I thought that was a baseball player.
No. I think Chris Everett might have been a baseball player. You might be right on that. Okay. But I'm gonna go Buccaneers plus 6.5. I think the Rams will win this game, but I think the Bucs will at least cover the 6.5 spread.
Yeah, I can't pick against Baker and the Bucs. I mean, I know they lost last week to the Bills, but that was a hell of a game.
Yeah,
Bucs are just like they're slipping up with this hard schedule. This little stretcher, they need to win a big one because the Panthers are actually, if not tied, they're only a game behind, I believe. So
Panthers are wild card right now. So
yeah, so I think the Bucs need to cover 6.5 here. I think they will. I really do.
Yeah. All right, and then the last game here we got Panthers Niners. Spread is 7 still. I think Niners win by 13 or more. So I'm taking San Fran.
How much did you just say you think they win by?
13.
13. You think the Niners are gonna outscore the Panthers that much?
Yeah. I think Salah's gonna bring the heat to Bryce Young. So
but my question is like he can bring the heat, he could dial up the heat, but is there enough flame to get there because how injured your defense is?
I'm not disagreeing with that. I agree with that. I understand. But I don't know. San Fran looked like a different team last week. With Brock Purdy. Like I don't know what it was and don't get me wrong, I'm not a Mac Jones hater. Like it was actually very fun to watch Mac Jones play. If Brock Purdy wasn't around, I was all in on Mac Jones. Love Brock Purdy though, and I do think Brock's a better. He gives you a little bit more. I think just a little bit more mobility, et cetera, and things like that. But I don't know. The team looked a little bit more inspired last week against, having Brock. And maybe it was Brock coming back, and it was like I don't know. They looked solid. I mean, it was more points they put up all year. I know it's against depleted Cardinals, but at the same time, it's like you got to win those games.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. I just have a hard time picking against Panthers week in, week out.
I mean, you and Trey both. So,
but here's the thing: is everything we said about the Panthers is somewhat shown to be true. Granted, they've had a couple letdown weeks. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, like you said, they went from being first, second pick overall, how many years straight to now they're in the wild card, and I think Bryce Young and with his backup, the Red Rocket, I think they're going to be all right. But Tet McMillan,
Shout out Nick.
yep. Let's clarify that for Nick's sake.
No,
I know, but
I'm just gonna let it go.
oh jeez,
Nick's gonna be driving. It's gonna be like, what the hell?
God damn those guys. I do think Tet McMillan, as I predicted in the draft episodes, I told you he was going to be a stud, and he is starting to put up stud numbers out there
Yeah.
in the field, and got very high praise from Kyle Shanahan this week, saying that he is going to be a guy that's going to dominate the league. He's got everything that you look for. He's got height, hands, arm radius, and also Steve's favorite. He's got a little Hawaiian in him. So Ted McMillan's here to stay. But I'm gonna go Panthers to cover touchdown tie. I think Niners are gonna have to use whatever kicker that they're gonna pull out of their back pocket. I don't know. They're gonna get the guy. They're gonna get a little Justin Tucker.
No, they got Matt Gay.
Not Justin Tucker.
No, it pissed me off. I wanted him. I wanted Justin Tucker. Like,
are you like purposely ignoring my pun on his name?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, okay.
So we got, yeah.
All right. Just gonna massage that one up.
All right.
Just gonna leave that on the table, not covered in a towel.
Whew. Not the massage table.
Weirdos.
All right, here we go.
Freaking.
We got a little. Oh, wait. Oh shit! Every time, man. You guys gotta remind me about this. All right. Bearded bit o' knowledge. Bill Belichick was traded to the New England Patriots in 2000 for draft picks. Did you know?
No, I think that's an interesting. So here's your interesting connection. There has been at least 2 coaches with the addition of Belichick now that I know of that have been traded, and both of them have been traded to a team and then won the Super Bowl with that team.
They didn't win it that year though, because 2000 was the Ravens. I think the Patriots won the 01 though.
But I'm saying at least they won one. He won one. Because the other coach, Tyler, would be who?
John Gruden.
Okay. Well, wasn't sure.
The Buccaneers.
Next coach to be traded, Mike Tomlin to the Giants.
Ooh, wow, that'd be interesting. I could see that happening.
I'll tell you what's going to be real interesting when Brian Daboll's the Buffalo Bills head coach next year.
Yeah.
Or Penn State's. That'd be cool too.
Yeah. You can still see that, Trent?
Huh?
Okay. Just making sure. I just got a message about audio or something. All right, here we go. A couple college matchups. First game we got here, Missouri at Oklahoma. 7.5 is the spread. Missouri's a dog. I say don't think this over too much. I'm going to Oklahoma.
I'm going Boomer Sooner as well. Home game. They're in the playoffs right now. Finish it out, please. Like just finish it out for them. And I'm not an Oklahoma fan, but it's like I like their head coach a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Venables.
Venables and Red Rockets. All right. Louisville, SMU. It's a nice little spread here. You got Louisville 2.5. Louisville was ranked a couple weeks ago. And it's a tough one for you because you're like a weird closet SMU fan.
Yeah, that's weird you say that. I do kind of I do support them. I think their offense is always fun to watch. So I like their head coach. I'm going SMU. I'm going SMU at home. Cover. ACC is just a mess. So
yeah, it is. You're kind of like that with SMU and football and basketball too.
No, Not at all.
No, like I'm saying you follow SMU I feel like pretty closely in basketball as well.
Obviously, as an ACC representative, they're an addition to the conference, and yes, I have to say that we did a good job at adding a quality team to the conference.
I agree with that.
But
I was gonna
looking at.
go ahead.
I'm looking forward to the merger between ACC and Big East for basketball. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to those meetings.
I would compare you and SMU to me and Texas Tech.
I don't know if I'm quite there. I haven't bet on SMU that much.
I don't know. Just seems like it. Maybe it's a tournament thing in college basketball. All right. Here we go. USC, Oregon. This game is weird.
Yeah.
9.5's a hell of a lot of points against USC, who's playing pretty well. Oregon, it's like, which Oregon's showing up? I don't know. This is tough. The total points also gets me at 59.5 there, because on one hand you're like, well, why the hell would you not take the over? I mean, look at these high-powered offenses. But just like we talk about with most things, it's like, expect the unexpected, motherfuckers. It's actually went up to 10. And I put these together a couple hours ago.
I'm telling you, everything in my gut wants to say like USC to cover at least 10. But something's also telling me that like because USC is receiving a lot of hype right now, and I feel like as soon as they get hype, they let you down. So I'm going Oregon. I think I'm going to go Oregon by like 3 touchdowns. I think they make a statement win here.
Wow, really? Okay.
Yeah, because this is an opportunity for Oregon to beat a ranked team, and the last time they played a ranked team,
Penn State.
No. Last time they played a ranked team, they lost to Indiana. That was after Penn State.
You're right.
But
You're right.
they might have beat Iowa. I don't know if Iowa was ranked at the time, but I think Oregon needs a statement.
I definitely agree with you on that. I think I'm more of a believer in Lanning than anything, so I think he'll get the guys up and going, especially at home.
Yeah.
So for a big game like this, I know it's a 3:30 game. I feel like this should be a nightcap game here, man. What the hell are we doing? Give me this at 9:00 at night. Like, geez, what the hell are we doing?
Yeah, that better be a good primetime game.
Yeah. Well, there's not really. Yeah, give me Oregon. All over it. All right, moving to the next 3:30 matchup here. We got Arkansas at Texas. Texas, man, they cannot drive that. They're reminding me of like the Kansas of basketball. It's like Texas just sticks around, no matter how many losses you might have. 8.5. That being said, give me Arkansas.
Oh no, I got Texas to kill them, but I mean you're right, Ty. Texas is kind of like I compare it to like I forget who you just said Kansas, but I would say they're kind of like the Cowboys of college football, where big name, big market, obviously Texas, but what a letdown.
If anybody listened to Bearded Armchair this week, one of the takes that we had was one of my takes was Arch Manning will be in a different shade of orange next year.
I wouldn't want him.
I actually, Trent, well, that's a whole different story. He's only in 8th grade. I know he is, but he's only in 8th grade dominating. But that being said, I think Arch Manning would have success with Josh Heupel. So get him a better coach. Sarkisian's going to leave anyway to the NFL. Probably the next coach of the Titans.
No way.
So he'll have a free transfer thing anyway. So go make your money in Knoxville, buddy. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like this game. I think Texas is bad. So All right, here we go. The big matchup of the week.
We did not do this on purpose, actually.
No, I know. You know what's funny is that's what I said before the show is like when we had him on, I'm like, oh shit, that's even one of the games we're gonna pick this week just because Duke and C.
Yeah.
Even though it's not in basketball, but whew, talk about disappointment of a season with Bill Belichick and the Tar Heels and Duke just being this weird, surprising team that always is favored in every game that they play. I think if Duke played Georgia, I think they might be favored by like 1.5.
Samantha Diaz effect.
I guess, man. I don't know what the hell. But that being said, I'm going to go with Duke 6.5 here. That's my pick.
Okay. I like that. I'm going Duke 6.5 too.
All right.
Bill Belichick attending cheerleading competitions and stuff. Like, what's that about?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
that.
Because
he's being supportive, you know.
Yeah, oh man.
She also supposedly allegedly sent Dave Portnoy like a threatening cryptic message.
Yeah. Portnoy's been getting a lot of those.
It's because he's now on an actual TV channel like Fox. So
yeah, trying to bring him down. Can't let the man succeed. Go succeed, Dave. I support you.
I know he goes against the grain. I love it.
That's what I mean. He's against the grain. He's a make your own
Doesn't
money
pull
kind
punches.
of guy. Like no, and he's real as shit. Like I love it. Like I hope for his success, and I hate when people try to bring him down because like people just don't. People get mad at success.
Listen, it is. There's Dave Portnoy. There's Pat McAfee. And then there's also Bussin' with the Boys. Like those are the styles of sports shows that guys like us want to be able to relate with, you know.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, we're just waiting on our CBS deal because they haven't signed anybody yet, so we're just waiting.
I was gonna say those are like the staples though. If you really think about it, it's like, and they both started with Dave Portnoy though.
Yes,
meaning Pat and Bussin' with the Boys. So, but they've both gone their own ways.
Yes.
So interesting.
Absolutely.
But, all right, Kansas State, Utah. I'll tell you what, man. Books love Utah, and they're another team this year. It's been like ebb and flow, like super high.
That's not right, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Utah is that big of a dog at home?
No, that actually should be flipped. I'm sorry.
Okay. I was gonna say, especially
that should be flipped. Yep. Yeah. I thought you meant I'm like, no, it is 17.5 trend. No, Utah. I'm saying the graphic is wrong. Oh, thank God Trey's not here.
I was about
Utah.
to say,
Utah is a 17.5 point favorite. So.
All right. I think they easily cover. Kansas State's that bad. Utah is just going to take it to them. They're going to out physical.
Okay. Whew. That's a lot of points. If I'm a betting man, which I seem to be from time to time, I'm taking it over in this. Spread wise though, I'm going to take 17.5 Kansas State, the plus 17.5, not the minus as it's wrong. All right, couple more games here. TCU at Houston. It's a pretty close one here. Houston's ranked number 23 right now in the country. TCU plus 1.5. Who you got?
I gotta go to Houston. I can't stand TCU for some reason.
What the hell? Like, who are you? Give me.
I've like lost on them on some stupid ass bets, and it's just like I won't pick them. I know you have like some weird like guru thing with them this year, but I'm not a supporter of TCU this year.
Well, that's fine. You don't have to be. I'm on TCU. Next matchup here, ACC matchup, Pitt, Georgia Tech. I feel like the ACC is just beating the shit out of each other. Like nobody wants to be successful. Which just, I mean, right now I'm pretty sure we'll look at it a little bit here in a second after we're done with our stuff here. But there is one ACC team right now in the bracket, and it's like, oh, how are you in the bracket? But they are. Give me Georgia Tech here. I think Georgia Tech's too damn good. I don't think they get a lot of respect. So 2.5, I think they will cover that easily.
All right. Oh,
Yep.
huge play. I'm sorry, just a freaking enormous football play that just happened. I am also. You said Georgia Tech, Ty. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely. Georgia Tech. I think Georgia Tech runs it completely through Pitt. Pitt's little bubble has burst. They just got embarrassed with game day there.
Yeah, unfortunately, because I like Narduzzi.
I did
I was
too.
sad to see that. I was sad to see them get smacked around.
I did too. But I'm absolutely Georgia Tech all about it. Counter to your blue in the face.
Yep. Trent, didn't we hear Narduzzi speak live at a clinic we were at one time?
Yes, we did. It was the first year he just got hired as Pitt's offensive.
That's right. And I liked his mantra. That's why I like Narduzzi there. But
yeah.
All right, Matt Rule returning back to Happy Valley. Woo! No quarterback for Nebraska. So does Penn State pull this off?
Yeah. Penn State
have they won since James Franklin was gone?
Yeah, they won last week.
That's right.
They beat Michigan State.
That's right. You're right.
And barely, almost upset Indiana.
Well, I know that. Yeah, I remember that game pretty clearly. But
yeah, I'm going Penn State here. Night game. I think Penn State's gonna. I think they're gonna win a couple games, close out the year. Trey's not here to say, "Oh, great, here he goes, here he goes, here he goes." But no, I'm taking Penn State here.
Take Penn State too, and I think this actually somehow, some way, is the way that they convince Matt Rule to jump on board to be the next head coach. I'm not saying right after this game.
He can't.
We've already talked about this. Contracts don't matter.
Okay. I don't know.
So somehow, some way. That's why I said somehow, some way. But we'll see. All right. Oh gosh.
Whoa. Yeah.
Battle in my house. Me versus my son. Yeah, he's already talking smack. It's in the swamp, so I don't feel comfortable talking smack back because it's in the swamp, and Florida always has Tennessee's number. I'm not gonna pick against my team, so I'm gonna take Tennessee at 4. This, like, put in perspective, like Florida is not good this year. Tennessee's pretty good, but -4, that's all you're going to get. Yeah, I think that's kind of a telling line, though, that this could be a Florida victory.
No, I'm going Tennessee covers easily.
Phew, I hope, man. I am on Tennessee, but boy, I don't feel good about it. I can tell you that. All right. Let's go. Next one here. We got 2 left. Illinois, Wisconsin. Whew. It's a tough one.
Wisconsin sucks.
They do, but like, I don't know, man. 8.5 is a big spread.
I know, but
because I do feel like Wisconsin can play good defense.
I don't know if I honestly don't know what Wisconsin is like Wisconsin is not Wisconsin of past, you know.
No, and it's not what they expected when they hired the guy. Well, I can't think of the name from Cincinnati.
Yeah. Um,
He was like the hottest
Fickle.
thing coming out of Fickle. Yep.
Um, Bielema used to be the head coach at Wisconsin back in the day. I'm going Bielema as the line eye to cover. I think they win pretty handedly.
Yeah, I can get behind that. I'm more confident in Illinois than I am in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
8.5. I don't like 8.5 though. Like that line just ugh. I'll probably take it more of an alt spread, but for the sake of the pick here, give me the 8.5 on Illinois. And then the last game we got BYU nightcap game here at 8:00. BYU at Cincinnati, 2.5. BYU's number 11 in the country. Are you going to see BYU go down again? Or do they come out and cover?
I man, I mean, I think BYU needs this. I mean, I think Trey picked Cincinnati for something last week, and
Yeah.
they just shat all over the place. I'm going BYU. I think they're the better team, uh, and I think they have the better quarterback.
Yeah, I'm on BYU as well. Me too. And I can't believe the Texans game just ended.
Yeah, I am. That's why I've been distracted kind of here. It's driving me nuts. Like Josh Allen sack a record time 8 in a game. It's a career high.
It's 6 touchdowns last week. And then
0 this week, Ty. 0
0.
this week. Should have known something was coming when DraftKings put a little boost on Josh Allen to have some sort of touchdown in the first quarter.
Typical. All right, Chan, let's finish up here. Let's finish with a little this or that.
All right.
More passing yards. Brock, Bryce.
Bryce.
Brock. Get out of here with that crap, Trent. More rushing yards. Genty, Judkins.
Judkins.
I'm going to say Genty has more rushing yards, but I think Judkins has like 3 touchdowns.
Genty doesn't pass the line of scrimmage.
More receiving yards. A.J. Brown, C.D. Lamb.
You're crazy if you're not going to say Lamb.
You know, I'll tell you what was tough to pick, like to put this together with this one was I didn't know if I should have put Pickens or C.D. Lamb. If this was Pickens, would you say Pickens or A.J. Brown?
Pickens.
Yeah, I would have picked either Cowboy too. But tough. All right. More all-purpose yards. Daniel Jones, Patrick Mahomes.
I think Daniel Jones has a rough one on Sunday. So? I'm going Mahomes.
I did pick the Chiefs, didn't I? Give me Mahomes as well. Ugh. All right. More likely to win the upset. Pitt against Georgia Tech or Arkansas against Texas?
I'm so confident in Georgia Tech this week that I'm going to say Arkansas has a better chance of beating Texas.
Okay. I am also on Arkansas with that because I do think that they have the potential to win that game. All right, last one. Number of ice cubes in a drink. We got 4 or less or 5 or more.
First of all, if it's water, 0. I like my water. Yeah, I like my water room temperature. I mean, I'd get it out of my fridge, but
right. So hold on. So you put no ice cubes in it from your fridge?
Never put ice.
Do you have an ice maker, like an ice cube maker?
No. I used to. It's just broken.
I feel like that makes a difference, though.
I still would not. Even when I lived at home at mom and dad's, when They had the thing on the door. I never put ice in my water. It was just straight water.
Hmm.
Never.
See, I would say personally, I would say that ice is probably the drink that I'm more likely to put water is more the drink that I'm most likely to put ice into.
No, I don't. I mean, the only reason I ever have ice in my cup is because it's at a restaurant and I get a Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi.
Okay, so let's just think though. You're at home. How many cubes you putting in a drink though? You putting in 4 or
Th-
less, or five or more?
4 or less because I'm usually 3.
Ah, me too.
Yeah.
3 is the perfect number of ice cubes.
Yeah. A 3
That's funny.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yep. Like I'm not a lot of ice guy. Like I'm
No,
definitely little ice
definitely
guy.
not dad. You're not
No,
dad.
dad's like, here,
Dad's good.
stack it up. Actually, make it overflow. I'd like
Can
some
you
ice
actually
cubes on it.
bring a bag? Bring a 7-pound bag. Put in my cup.
And if you could, like when you set it down, just dump some on the table too. Like if you have
Yeah.
some in your pockets, I'll take it.
Yeah.
No, I'm 4 or less because I agree. That's funny that you said 3 is like the perfect amount because I agree with that. So okay, so you're putting ice cubes in, let's say, a glass of whiskey.
Yeah.
How many you putting in? You putting 3 in?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, because once again, I'm at home. I use a sphere or my football spheres, but
That's fair.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm usually I'm a 3 cube guy, depending on the glass, depending on how much whiskey I want. It also depends on the whiskey. Like if it's good
Yeah.
whiskey, I'm probably not putting any cubes in it.
Hey, as I learned from our whiskey tasting, the
Casual dram.
casual dram,
Shout out Caleb.
you drink your whiskey however you want because it's
Mm-hmm.
how you like it. And I am an ice person, but Tyler, I do always for a fancy one, just because I don't want to take away from its like natural state. I do just I go neat for at least the first sip, and then I'll casually drink it with a couple cubes.
That's fair. Can respect that. All right. Well, anything else, sports world?
Nope. Enjoy your feast week. Looking forward to a Thanksgiving Day or Thanksgiving this or that next week, sir.
Yes, I will say this. Episode next week, probably. I'd say probably keep an eye out for Wednesday release date. We'll talk about that off air and stuff, but keep an eye out for that. It's obviously going to be earlier than Friday. We're not recording on Thursday. It's Thanksgiving. Enjoy the food, enjoy the drinks, enjoy the family time. But yeah, we'll probably release next week, probably on Wednesday morning. That way, everybody has a little preparation for the Thanksgiving Day games.
All right.
All right. Hey, have a great weekend. Enjoy the sports. See you next week, Trent.
See ya. Happy feast week.